Hi everyone, my name's Nathan Hearn. Welcome to the S5000 Tech Talk, brought to you by Valvoline. And coming to the suspension. So suspension here is quite controlled for a race car. Very different to what you see in F1, supercars, all those other top tier categories. S5000 is pretty well made as a control package so that you can come in, buy the car and be instantly competitive. You have 3 different sets of springs you can run for both front and rear. Shocks all controlled and sealed so you can't actually adjust them yourself. And roll bar, 5 different adjustments on the roll bar so you can go up to go softer, which gives it a bit more of a leverage point to bend it. And you can push it down to be stiffer, which makes it a lot more frigid. It's all like trying to bend your finger, you know, if you try to go from there, it's a lot stronger, but try and go from there, it bends. Coming on to the arms as well, steering arms. Steering racks at the front here, so these front 2 arms here are steering arms. That bolt there is very weak, so you'll see at Sandown we actually had a few cars break the steering arm by that bolt. So what will happen if you have a front contact, the wrong spot in the front wheel will actually crumple that, and that's how the car's designed to make sure that steering arm doesn't shoot through and break the rack. So instead of replacing a $1,000 rack, you're just replacing a $5 bolt. So they're very well designed for cost cutting really. All the arms and everything like that, the McGow F3 made, as well as that we've got GRMs made a fair few of the arms as well. So the cars, they're pretty well from cockpit forward, F3, which is very different to what most people expect. And suspension works a lot different in an open wheeler as well. You'll see here, this bracket here is pretty well like a pivot point. So this arm is our suspension arm. That's the one that takes all the travel and moves it all up. It takes all the load as well, so the vertical load. So when the tyre's on the ground, the car will automatically push that up because it's got weight on it. Pivot this around, so it'll pivot like that, squash the spring in and push the shock in as well. So what different spring ratios do is it controls how much of that initial force moves the spring. So say when you hit a bump, if you have a real stiff spring, it'll move that much. If you have a real soft spring, it'll move that much. Roll bar as well gets pulled when all this happens, and it all works together as one big machine. So it's quite a fair bit of adjustment you can make in suspension, and for race cars, suspension is the most important thing to get right. You know, you can make or break a race car suspension with one wrong change, so it's important you have the right engineer in your team to make sure you have that all correct and on the limit.